We're going to whitewash this brick. I know this is something that we've thought about for years because once you do this, you really can't go back. All right, what's the process of whitewashing brick? So the first thing we did is went through and I dusted this entire thing. I actually went through with a brush, brushed everything down, started from the top, worked my way down, and then brushed everything down, vacuumed this, got it real clean. Then went back with like a simple green, or you want kind of like a cleaner that doesn't leave any residue, and sprayed it all down, wiped it down again with this, with water, and a couple times, cleaned out the water to get this as clean as possible. Honestly, this brick, when I just cleaned it up, I kind of was like, I don't know if I want to whitewash that, because it actually looked pretty good. Then I went through, I masked everything off, so you see I glue tape anywhere where you don't want to get paint, of course. Then what we did was we mixed up the paint. So let me show you how we mix up the paint. I'm gonna go half and half. So half paint, so I have this Dixie cup, basically, or red Solo cup, filled up to here. But you can fill it up to here or fill it up to there, right? And just use this as a measuring tool. And I have water filled up to here. So now I have half and half. We're gonna pour the water in first, and then the paint, no big deal. I actually added a little extra paint in here because you're not gonna get all the paint out of this container because paint obviously will stick to the sides. Now you could mix this with more water. So you could do like maybe 2 parts water, 1 part paint, you know, and play with it. But for mine, I'm gonna do half and half. Mix our pail up, and this is gonna be watery. You know, it's watery. My brick mortar was in pretty good shape. If you have any cracks or anything like that, you could just use caulk because you are painting this, all right? Of course, if it's structurally messed up, you gotta replace it, right? But if it's just kind of a cosmetics crack like I had here, you can just fill it in with caulk. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and do this whole thing, and then you're gonna come behind me, and you're gonna do your thing. You good? Mm-hmm. All right, so we're gonna apply it. Like I said, it does drip a lot. So you gotta be careful. Get inside. Basically, we're just painting it on. And I've seen different techniques where someone goes on each brick. I really don't think you need to do that. Kind of can just slap it on there, especially this with this ratio. All right, now she's just following up behind me and blotting and taking off as much as she thinks. All right, so let's talk about what we're doing. So I'm applying it just as I'm painting, almost as if I'm painting it. And what are you doing?
Splotching.
What do you mean splotching?
Like wiping it off.
So you're just picking random patterns and just wiping it off? Are you wiping it all with that, or are you just blotting it?
If you wipe it, the paper towel will start to like break off into it.
So you just like tapping it? Okay. Done. One thing I'll say is it's very forgiving. So if you put some on and then, you know, you take too much off, just add a little bit more back, and then, you know, you can adjust the shade of each brick. So I like that. Other thing, I would mask off. We're gonna replace this carpet and stuff, but I mask this off a little bit more because it is brick. It sort of, it tends to like spray. So you're gonna wanna mask off, but this is messy. It's also really drippy. So sometimes you find yourself, just from going from the pail to the brick, you might drip something on the floor. So we had a lot of drip. You know, and again, we went for this sort of inconsistent pattern, and I think it turned out very well. I think my daughter did a really good job. Like, this is lighter, and this is darker, 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 lighter. Or, you know, opposite. It's hard to say, you know. Now, I will say, if you were going for a painted brick look, like so it's completely white, this is not the right process. There's a completely different process. You actually need to stain the bricks. All right, and that's where we're gonna end this video. So this is what it looks like. It's a few days later. We really enjoy it. This is the end of this video, but it's not an end of the series. So in this series, we're redoing this entire family room. We're gonna be doing tray, 2-story tray on this wall. We already made a video on how to paint a wall like this. This is a 19.5-foot wall all the way up. So I made a video on how to do that. But we're gonna make it a mantle. Mantle is gonna be up here, obviously, and it's gonna have an open trapped door, okay? So that's gonna allow you to kind of hide all your components, but it's gonna look like a big, beefy mantle. So we have the plans. Gotta actually go out after this video and buy the wood. You also could see we did do some wall coverings, some professional wall coverings. We're also doing some trim up here. Sharing all of that on the channel. All right, so if you don't miss it, what I'll do is ask you right now, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button and leave me a comment down below. I'm Mike, and I am Whitewash Fireplace out.